Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Um, this will be our sixth episode. A lot has happened since we taped last time. So what me and Becky are doing is we're filming like twice a week for a couple hours, and then Becky is editing it all week long. Um, and breaking it up because we can only post 15 minutes, but I think we can post longer now since we had a lot more subscribers and a lot has happened since the last time we recorded. So I did the interview with Jumpsuit Pablo. I just want to say thank you so much, Paul, for allowing me to use your platform to speak about my brother and to get my voice heard and out there. Thank you to all of our new subscribers that came here from Jumpsuit Pablo. Guy's a great guy. And thanks for joining us on my channel. I am just getting started. If you haven't heard the episodes, I am completely new at this. I've never really even listened to podcasts, so this is all brand new. Forgive me, I'm really, really already on again, Becky. You can put that in. Just, I'm really tired today. This weekend I had, and on Friday I had 9 kids alone. I got a hotel for a couple days, a couple rooms. My son had a basketball tournament, so I took 9 kids by myself out to Sandusky to enjoy the weekend for this basketball tournament. So I am so tired. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my subscribers. Big, huge thanks. Becky, happy Mother's Day to you. And I
Thank
want to thank you, Becky, also for keeping up with all the edits and helping me while I'm out doing my sports mom thing and things. She's been holding it down. So thank you, Beck. Um, there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about tonight. One of them is our live the other night. I think that went really, really great. Um, we went live on TikTok and we went live on YouTube. We took about the first 15, 20 minutes to figure out what buttons to press. So thank you for holding on with us. But I plan to do that every Thursday at, right now it's going to be 9 o'clock, but that is subject to change. So Thursdays at 9, I think, is a fair time for everybody. Once my kids are out of sports, I would like to go to like an 8 o'clock slot just because I go to bed at 8:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, 8:30 at night. Um, so that was one of the things. I don't really know what going live is all about, just to have like live engagement. And actually, I like that better because I feel like I get to answer your guys' questions um, way more. I'm kind of bad, and I'm trying not to be. I'm gonna get good at it, I promise, but I'm kind of bad at getting back to all the comments, and I want to get back to every single one of them. And right now, there's thousands of comments already every day. And I'm trying my best. I want to get back to all of them. So I think with the live, it'll just give me a better opportunity to just answer all your guys' questions and talk there and talk about what you guys want to hear. During the live, so there was a misfunction. The live was not uploaded to our channel, and there were a lot of things that we went over that um, I think were really important that we talked about. So I wanted to talk about a few things because the actual live episode is not on our channel. There was something that I put out there, two things. One is we with this podcast, and I said on the Jumpsuit Pablo as well, with the podcast, I want to there's so much stuff that the public does not know that us as a family know. And I'd rather have everybody hear these things and give their opinions and form their opinions based off of facts of what I put out there, rather the misinformation and the lies and everything that everybody's reading on the internet and then running and going shoot far left with. If you hear it from my mouth, then I think we have a better chance of keeping my brother's reputation where it should be, right? And keeping the story, how it should go, the truth. So one of the things that we talked about was something that nobody's really heard yet because we haven't talked like this in it'll be 4 years since Don passed. Nobody's actually came out and this is the first time we're talking like this. Um, so there was something that I had my sister on and Nikki on the live, and we were talking about when right after Dom had passed. And when Dom passed, we were talking about how Natalie, Mackenzie's mom, we thought it was an accident at first. Me, my sister, my dad, a couple of my siblings, we thought it was an accident for a while. And um, we were really, really worried about Mackenzie um, and how she was doing. According to her mom had texted us for it was like 3 days that we were seeing how she was. For about 3 days, her mother told us that she was unconscious and hadn't woken up, and that she was so terrified and just didn't know how she was going to tell poor Mackenzie how Dom and Davion were gone. And this lasted for days. And I was just thinking about this because there's a lot of things that I slipped my mind because most importantly, I just, I've been just my brother's gone. So everything else I have tuned out of. All these things I've tuned out of until I hear something and I was like, oh yeah. So
Right.
my sister's like, don't you remember when Natalie told us for like 3 days that Kenzie was unconscious and we were sitting there praying for her to wake up? And her mother had her phone the day after the crash that she killed two people, right? Within
Right.
24 hours,
Yeah.
where she was, and this is where, if you guys want to see, this is where her mother was trying to get, she was she said, Natalie said it was her um responding to the modeling agencies.
Right.
So they were responding to modeling agencies within 24 hours after trying or after killing two people. And she was filming herself in a hospital bed not even a day after, making TikToks, not even a day after she killed two people. But Natalie told me, my dad, and my sister for days that she was unconscious.
Yeah. It's so messed up.
Weird, right? And now looking
Right.
back, she was waiting to form her story.
Right.
It's exactly what she was doing. From the get-go, she looked at her mom and said, "What should I say?" It's on the body cam of the police officer. She had that
Oh
little
yeah.
gypsy language, her
Right.
little gypsy language. Another thing about that, guys, is it took that gypsy language during the trial. Yeah, I wish they would have used that at trial. That would have just proven her more guilty. But
Oh, they didn't
during,
even bring that up.
well, here's what happened. And this is what I'm saying is things like this the public doesn't know. There's so much more to the story that you guys do not know. Here's another thing. During the trial, the prosecutor, um, they could not figure out what kind of language that pig Latin, gypsy, hillbilly talk was, that trashy talk that they talk. They could not figure out what it was called. Therefore, they couldn't even find an interpreter. And I work, where I work, I use interpretation services. So I'm like, there's got to be a way, And so
Right.
then he said, no, he said he's asked the experts, and you're talking about a prosecutor for a county for a murder case that couldn't find out what language she was speaking. So that was never even brought into the trial whatsoever. It wasn't until after that somebody, I'm not even sure who it was, they figured out what was said. And I have a buddy who I remember trying to reach out. I have a couple friends who I went to school with that speak Romanian. I have friends now who that speak Romanian. I have a buddy who owns a carnival. Nick is his name, and he's not the greatest fisherman. Um, just saying. But and we couldn't figure out because somebody the prosecutor said it's carny talk, carny talk. I was like, I
Right.
know a carny. I know the biggest carny. But so he we couldn't figure it out, and it wasn't until after that, way after the trial, that they figured out what she said. So she looked at her mom and said, as the police officer came in, what was it? What should I say? What should I tell them? Can I say I just passed out?
She
That's what
said,
she said.
can we please tell them I had a seizure or something?
Okay, so I don't understand. Repeat that, Becky.
She said, can we please tell them I had a seizure or something?
Okay, so I don't understand why this is even an argument over the internet. Do you? Can somebody comment, please, and let me know? With that being said, I don't understand what is why this is still going on, why there's this whole Free Kenzie movement, hashtag Kim K. Um, beats me.
Hashtag.
I'm
Well, there's a phone call that relates to that. That's why you don't know why it's hashtag Kim K. We'll get into that in the future. You'll find out why it's hashtag Kim K.
I'll figure it. Oh, okay.
Uh,
But yeah, just even hearing that, but yeah, not many people know that that wasn't even, there was so much stuff that should have been brought into from the prosecution side that was not because it wasn't needed. It was so overwhelmingly guilty that, and things like that weren't even, but that brings me back to, yes, why, Natalie, did you tell us for 3 days that Kenzie never woke up, that she was unconscious, unless you had something to hide and were planning on protecting your daughter from murder, right? Or am I crazy?
no, no, that definitely makes sense. She didn't want you guys talking to her right away before she could get a story straight.
Right. She, and just like she says on those calls, shh, don't say anything, don't say anything.
Right,
She did that, you guys, from the second that this happened. Okay, if she was innocent, this wouldn't be happening. I mean, it could be speculation, whatever, but just hearing what she had to say, I mean, it's basically admission.
wasn't there speculation, or no, what, it wasn't even speculation. Wasn't there a testimony from one of the medical staff that said when she first got to the hospital and woke up, she was saying it's all my fault and was saying like this whole
Yeah,
thing is her fault.
yeah,
Um,
but they would try to say that was her just saying it was, oh, it's all my fault. Like if it was an accident, somebody would say that too. So that wasn't even like
mhm,
a point to, you would say that if it was an accident or not. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Or did that
Yeah.
make,
No, I agree. And I actually
yeah.
love the way that you are objective to the facts of this as well. Like you are the first person to say, like when they talk about her scouting the route, you say,
I don't think she did that. Right.
right. And
And
that's
I
why
thought
I
it
love
was
you.
right. Um, right. And I'm not, exactly, Beck. And you know what? We'll keep politics out of this, but the neutrality of everything,
Right.
but and I let up until, like I said, the anger for her didn't start until a couple months ago. I swear to God, where I was like, that, like, how dare her? I swear to
Right.
God, it just started after almost 4 years, a couple of months ago. I have not been angry towards her, and now it's like it comes and goes. There's no guide to or handbook on grief, man, or
Right.
something like having a sibling murdered. It's not something, I mean, it messes with your brain like you wouldn't even believe. There's not even it's not right. So
Absolutely.
no. um and I also wanted to talk about, another thing we talked about was this Netflix movie. um the movie was coming out regardless of what the families wanted or were going to, we didn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Um, they were putting it out, whether we wanted to or not. So, um, not saying that I don't care that they put movies out or shows out. I do care though when people have misinformation or people make things up or people say bad things about my brother or my family.
Mhm.
That's when I have a problem. So I don't have a problem really with if it all went away, if the limelight on Dom in the case all went away tomorrow and nobody talked about him, the internet, the media, I wonder sometimes would I be able to heal faster? Because here I am 4 years later, and I don't think so. And you know what? I don't know if I want to heal faster because part of grief, it feels like I feel like this is so bad, and he's so missed that I don't care if I have to suffer for the rest of my life. That's my little brother, and I think he deserves to be remembered like that. And the pain just comes with having so much love and miss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's just missed so much. So I don't care that I'm not healed or that and here it is. It is on the internet and it is all over the media. So my thing is if you can't beat them, join them. And this is why I'm doing the podcast is I want to take over the narrative on my brother. I'm going to take over what people say about my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit back any longer and see these things being said and I not have
Yeah.
a voice or a way to tell people the truth and how we feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
Um,
I, I want to ask you something real quick. And this is just to mention. So I did read on the Free Kenzie page. They caught wind of this podcast and they had some words to say about you saying controlling the narrative, acting like I guess I want to put out that this is in direct response to the way they've been acting in this group. Okay,
right.
it is
This is the response. Yes.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
taking control of the narrative because that group became very far from a free Kenzie group and very much a just hate group
That
against Dominic
and my family,
and
my
yeah,
other
the entire
brothers,
family.
my stepmom, everybody, my stepmom. They are the things that they're saying in there are terrible. And they like it's like, do you not remember that this is a grieving family? Like my stepmom lost her son. My brothers lost their brother. My dad lost his son. I
Hmm.
think people forget about that because people have become insensitive with the internet. Everything, even like kids, it's an issue. I was just talking about this the other day about how the internet has made people insensitive to everything because they've seen it all on it's like
Right.
a video to them. I think people forget that this is real life. And I was talking about on Jumpsuit Pablo, like it seems like it's a story and to me sometimes I swear to God it even feels like it's a story
Hmm.
sometimes. It's not my brother. This did not happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I even feel like that sometimes. So people have to when they're running their mouths left and right about with false accusations and made up stories about my family and my brother then and then yeah and it's all in that group and it stems from that group so then when this movie comes out and people scroll and they see this and so that's why I just want to get bigger than them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just want people to see what I have to say before they see what they have to say. That's it because I don't want people running crazy anymore talking about my family. It's not going to happen any longer.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff that I have read in that group is so it's number one untrue information, and then two, so irrelevant to the crash, so irrelevant to it changes nothing of it.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
it does is adds insult to the victim's family. It's
Right.
almost just being disrespectful to the victim's family because they feel vindictive that we did this to their poor daughter. Like your daughter could literally murder two people and you're going to feel anger against the family of the victim. Like
Mhm.
it's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. And I don't think that I've been more angry than I have been in the last few months of seeing them ramp up because it's ramped up. That group has been around for a while. And it's
Wait till the
always
movie comes out. That's what I'm saying. We think it's bad now. That's why I started doing this, Beck. Wait till this movie comes out. We think it's all over now, and that's why I said I just want to get this started. I want to get this out there so I can set the record straight. And I hope we get more. I hope we're bigger. I really do. But back really quick back to the point I brought out about the Netflix movie is um the production company was great. Um I signed like a thing of I can't really talk about it. I told them I wouldn't talk about it until it airs. I'm not allowed, but I can say that I did do an interview. Um it was coming out anyway, so at the last second I was like, you know what? Someone's got to speak for Dom, and I know the rest of my relatives aren't ready to do so, but it's coming out anyways. So I want to control what's being said about my family. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little more outspoken. I got to see this stuff every day. And so, yeah, I did do a little bit of an interview. And like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them. It sucks in general that my brother's murder has been sensationalized. But at the end of the day, it happened. I'm glad I still get to talk about him. Talking about him makes me feel better. Um, Really nothing makes me feel better, but sometimes like this has been so distracting. My thing with grief, and if anybody out there has lost somebody, grief, it's unexplainable. Like this. Uncles, not like grandpas, grandmas, tragic, but a
right.
sibling is like the loss of a child. Um, it's there's no other, you can't put it into words. That the fact I did not get to say goodbye to him, um, that things were left unsaid. When you say like don't always kiss your loved ones goodbye, tell them you love them, or don't fight with somebody and leaving an argument because you never know if you'll see them again. When you hear that, like you don't know how that feels until it's happened to you, and there's no taking it back. I could throw up. That's how sick it makes me. Um, but so that's what I said. Like if you can't, it is all over the world. So that's why I'm doing this. I want to be when people Google, I want everyone to see what I have to say about my brother and family and have the record straight before they get the misinformation from that disgusting group of people. And it's not just that group, it's people, comments all over. I remember even when Dom passed, I will never forget, there was a friend of mine, and you're forgetting that like when you guys make comments, he was an old friend. I haven't seen him in a long time, but like we were pretty cool. When you make comments on the internet, guys, like people, it's there forever. So people see it. I scrolled through a comment and I mean, it was maybe a month or two after no, yeah, it was right when they said they were charging Kenzie with murder. And they announced it on one of the websites or something on the news. And, the Facebook thing is getting all these comments. The communities are running crazy. Oh my God, And I remember, I won't mention his name, but they charged her with, was it aggravated murder, Beck? Or like, they charged her with
I
murder.
would have to look it up because Ohio works it differently. Like they don't do premeditated murder. I would have to look. I think you're right where it's aggravated
It was
murder.
aggravated.
Yeah.
So this kid that used to be my friend, he made the comment, oh, he thinks he's so smart and good looking and like he's not at all. And he's not smart. He's just ignorant. He said something like, um, oh, she's getting charged with murder because nobody knew why it was murder. Was she drinking and driving? Was it because there was drugs involved? So he had made the comment like, oh, it's because they had a bunch of drugs on them, um, and she killed them, and because if you have drugs on them, then you get charged with murder. Like something ignorant like that, and it's like, no, asshole, you just state ignorant comments, you know what I'm saying? And like you don't understand how it affects a grieving family. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
something
you know
so.
what? You bring up a very good point right there.
Mm,
Because if you don't remember, she was charged with 4 counts, and
mhm,
that was the aggravated murder. And then she also was charged with like a murder because she had drugs on her. So that way, even if the aggravated murder didn't stick, they had her for murder anyways because she had drugs on her.
yeah.
They straight said that to Mackenzie's parents right in the waiting room of the hospital when they brought her in. They said speed was a factor, drugs were a factor. And that right then and there, they knew that this was a reckless. Like, it's even if you take away the aggravated part, you still have a reckless vehicular homicide, which carries up to 10 years per person.
Mhm. Right. I
That,
have my cousin's boyfriend, my goddaughter's father did freaking 12 years. He missed out on her whole entire life because he hit somebody while drinking and driving and killed
mhm,
them. Like, and he got like 12 or 15 years. Yeah. And it
right,
wasn't intentional. You know what I'm
right,
saying? The fact that she got 15 years and is there's an uproar and they won't let us be at peace and they want to let people slander Dom. That's what really pisses me off is they allow if that was if they felt bad,
right.
they would be putting out like I am, how I'm speaking up. They can easily put out you got everybody stop this. Don't say bad things about him. He was great to her. But where have you guys where have you said that, Natalie? Steve? Scumbags? I haven't heard you say anything nice about Dom.
Mm-mm,
No, just very you're letting people talk bad about him by remaining silent. Do you see what I'm saying, Beck?
mhm. And we have every reason to believe that they are directly behind the Free Kenzie page.
Yeah, it's either
Um,
them or it's one of them
well,
gross
I have
troll-looking friends of
I haven't
Kenzie's.
played you the phone call yet. There's a whole phone call where she tells her mom to create a Facebook page.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a whole phone call where she tells her it's the Kim K one. She said, then maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out. I swear.
She
Well,
fuck
it'll be in the future. I'll show it to you. Yeah, she wanted to
I
get
don't
famous
and
all
then
over the
people
internet.
is
So yeah.
wow. Wow. But that's what I went over in the live was just, if you subscribe and tune in, help me establish a platform. I'm going to keep giving pieces of the story that are missing from the public that have been, because we have remained quiet this entire time. And now I'm sitting here thinking, because I've been so absorbed in just losing my baby brother, that I didn't care to comment on anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not anybody's business. But now I got kind of angry, and I am going to defend my family. So.
In my personal opinion, our whole point of this podcast would be to not start a narrative or control a narrative that to where they are saying it's fake. Like, we're not trying to make stuff up. We're trying to take back the narrative that they have been controlling already for the
Mhm.
last 4 years.
Mhm.
This is our time. You've
Right.
had 4 years.
Mhm.
We get the next forever until she dies in
That's
prison.
it. Right. Good point. That's great. That's right.
That's right.
That is right. That's what we're doing. Um, so everybody, again, thank you for joining us. Please keep the comments coming. I really appreciate all the support. I am going to, my kids are almost done with their sports seasons here, so I'll have some more free time. And in that time, I can't wait to engage with everybody a little bit more. Please share. Share, subscribe, so I really want this to take off, just like Becky said, because I really want to, like she said, that it's our turn now. It's our turn to take over the internet and what's being said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, but we'll see you guys Thursday for our live session, Thursday at 9. And everybody have a great night. Be safe.